All right, welcome back to What to Watch episode 5, and I've got 4 movies for you that I watched this week, and you can see all those scores right here below, and I've even put time codes into the video so that you can just go straight to the movie that you want to watch or want to learn about. Remember, everything is spoiler free, and I try to give you a recommendation for something that you might like more, or if it's a great movie, something that's similar to it. So let's get right into the first movie, which is Ballerina. All right, let's talk about Ballerina, which you can see over here on the spreadsheet, which is awesome. Just look up and down and see what movies I've rated highly and lowly. Well, it's 5.65, so this is like middle of the pack, hovering just below average. Over here in the bottom corner, you can see the category scores that make up its overall total score. Entertainment was a 6. Like, look, this is a movie, if you're looking for John Wick type movie, this movie is going to be very similar to it. I don't think it's quite as good as the John Wick movies. However, this movie has the best scene of any John Wick movie I've ever seen in it, and also the cinematography for that scene where they're fighting each other with the flamethrowers. So cool. So many questions about it. Do I want to enact this in my backyard? Abso-freaking-lutely. And can I just point out something else that was awesome about this movie? I love the Caravaggio in the background. I just thought it was so cool. I love when they have these classical pieces of art that like totally ties in with the story. I loved it. Entertainment score 6, achievement goal 6. Yeah, I mean, it's like an action movie. Like, there's one scene, like I've already mentioned, that's really memorable, but the rest of the movie is like fine. Like, you know exactly what you're getting when you get in this movie, and for the most part, it like delivers that. Ending 5, it's, you know, I would expect a little bit better of an ending, maybe like a cooler end fight scene, and then finally length 3, it's too long, right? This is a movie where if we make it an hour and 20 minutes, it's a much better movie. It moves a lot faster. Entertainment score is going to be higher. Overall score 5.65, number 233 on the spreadsheet. I think if you want something like you like this, or you want something maybe a little better, Hannah. Check out Hannah. It's really cool. It's about a girl who like is having to like fight for her survival. It's better than Ballerina, way more memorable scenes and kind of a better story. So that's what I got for Ballerina. Next up, highest to lowest on Apple TV. You know, I said highest to lowest, but what I really meant was Osiris. I mean, I have to obviously talk about Osiris because this movie was awful. And this is a movie that you should not see. I don't know who this movie's for. I guess it's like space action, sci-fi action, war. I don't even know. It was the #1 streaming movie on Hulu when I had to choose from Hulu. If you're like, choose from Hulu, why do you have to choose from Hulu? It's because I am comparing all of the streaming services, stacking up against each other, making them battle for which one is superior. Hulu won, so I had to choose again. I chose Osiris, and boy, did I make a big mistake. But it's a mistake that you don't have to make. This is not a movie you should watch. Entertainment score of 1. Achievement of goal score here, 1. Ending, like 2. Length, 1. It's long. It's way longer than it needs to be. It's a movie of guys fighting aliens. Like, how long does that movie need to be? Okay. Let me give you something better. Predators. If you're looking for people that are fighting aliens, Predators is an awesome movie. It's on Hulu as well. Check out Predators instead of Osiris. Don't even think about Osiris. Don't even like be like, maybe. No. Don't even watch the trailer. Not worth it. Skip Osiris. Now let's finally talk about highest to lowest. Okay, like I was not expecting to like highest to lowest really at all. I was honestly kind of dreading watching it, and let me tell you, I made a huge mistake choosing all of you last week instead of highest to lowest. But I'm glad I got to watch highest to lowest. Let's talk about each of those category scores, and then I'll give you another movie to watch if you like this one. So let's go first with entertainment score 6.5. The real problem this movie has is it's really slow to get into that plot. And then there's all these moments in the movie that showcase New York that just take a ton of time. I think there's 3 full songs in the movie, maybe even 4. Each of those adds 3, 4, 5 minutes to the movie. So we're looking at now 20 to 30 minutes of just like essentially like music that doesn't really need to be there. Like, again, if you love New York, this may be great for you. If you want to hear like subway chants of like, let's go Yankees on a subway car, that's going to work for you. That doesn't work for me. I really don't want to see that. Go Mariners. I don't want to hear any of that Yankee crap. Let's talk about achievement of goal score here, 7. Look, I thought this was going to be an entirely different type of movie. I'm like, okay, are we seeing something like Prisoners coming? Which if you haven't seen Prisoners, watch Prisoners instead of this. But it's not the same movie at all. It's like recommending Prisoners over this is crazy. So if you're looking for that kidnapping movie, Prisoners. but this one is kind of doing something in a space that I've never seen before, which is cool. But I should also note, like, this is a remake of a Kurosawa movie from the 60s. So we have that achievement, a goal score of 7. Ending here is a 5, okay? Because it just comes to a head really quickly for me. It's an okay ending. I would have liked to see something different play out. I'm not going to give any spoilers here. Length 4, it's too long. And then I do have a penalty. I just felt like the dialogue and some of like the acting was like noticeably like not great. And like if I notice it, I obviously take points away from it. But really solid movie from Apple TV. This is definitely going to boost them up on the streaming wars, which I go live on Sunday. And I have a short for highest lows coming out soon as well. All right, let's wrap up this week with the final movie, which is Frankenstein. All right, let's talk about the movie I was most excited to watch this week, which was Guillermo del Toro's reimagining of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I can't believe I said that correctly on like my 15th try, so I better nail the rest of this. Look, let's talk about these categories. Let's see overall where it places as a 7.2, so really solid, well above average, 154 overall. And it's honestly the exact same score as Ballad of a Small Player, which I reviewed last week on What to Watch. Let's talk about this movie. Entertainment score, 7.5. It's cool how they do it. They have like 3 essentially stories, or kind of 4 stories, right? They have the prologue, and they have Victor Frankenstein's story, and they have the monster story, and then like the end. And the Victor Frankenstein stories for me was just a little slow. It was kind of all over the place, but also like during it, I was like, wow, this movie, like the way it's shot, the way it looks, feels a lot like Crimson Peak. No idea Guillermo del Toro did Crimson Peak. He did. So it has the exact same feel to it, especially with every scene that Mia Goth is in. So entertainment score 7.5. Frankenstein's Monster's Tale was awesome. Like that was the best part of the entire movie. Other parts were slow. I found Victor Frankenstein's part to be a little bit slow. Achievement of goal score here, 8. I mean, this is a great way to tell Frankenstein. I'm pumped to like have learned about it. Like it brought me a bunch of questions. The way that Frankenstein looked, like the makeup, the cinematography. There were so many cool things to like about this. Ending 6, like you kind of know where it's going to end because of like how it starts. And like it's fine. It's nothing special. It's okay. Length 5. This is probably the thing that I'm thinking about most for this movie is the length. And I feel, this is going to be crazy, I don't often say this movie either needs to be shorter, which I do often say, or it needs to be longer. This movie could almost be 2 movies. I know it's crazy and people are going to be like, what? How dare you say that? But you have Victor Frankenstein's story, and then you have the monsters, and it just like, it felt a little bit rushed, even though it was like 2 hours and 21 minutes runtime. So this one could have been like, honestly, like a miniseries, like a 4-part, like 1 hour episode, I think would have also been great. But I just found the length to get a little bit in the way of the story. But again, there were some really cool scenes in this movie. This one is probably one that you should watch. But it did kind of feel like this movie was like meant and made for TV. And I really don't like, I love that these movies are coming straight to us on streaming services, but the movies that are made straight for TV have just like this feel that they're made for TV. They don't have this grandiose effect of like a big screen, even though I'm not watching it on a big screen. I don't even think I explained that correctly, but that was Frankenstein, 7.2 overall. Definitely worth a watch. It kind of felt like, to be honest, it kind of felt like a little bit Crimson Peak meets, maybe we go a little bit like Shape of the Water, right? Like Guillermo del Toro as well. So worth a watch. I enjoyed it, and it's definitely going to boost Netflix score on the streaming wars. Okay, and that wraps up this week's What to Watch. Please comment below what you're watching, and don't forget, I have shorts that come out almost every day, and on Sundays I go live. I have nobody in my live sessions ever, so if you want to jump in, make a comment, talk about movies, I'm there. Let's discuss them. The last big point is that the average is up on the spreadsheet to 5.924. I'm on a quest to get the average north of 6. So recommend some movies I need to be watching below. And thanks for tuning in to What to Watch, and I'll catch you next week. Good luck out there.